Hello and welcome to Create Astral episode 32. It's been a while since I recorded anything. I'm in Mars in a very deep hole. But the reason I decided to record this, besides the fact that I just need to record more, is the fact that A is like a vein of raw copper blocks, which is kind of cool. But also there's a big old hole. So I thought we'd go look inside the hole. I don't know that there's anything particularly interesting in here. There is some lead that we could grab. There's what I think are more ice shards. So I'll have a look around. I appreciate the fact that there are no mobs spawning. Oh no, this is Astral. Okay. So let's grab some more of this. So as for quest completion stuff, I spent a while on Mars and I cannot figure out how to complete this thing. Oh, there's a bad guy. I think that piglins might just exist somewhere else, and I do not get to see them yet. Which, if that's the case, fair enough. But I'm not sure why that quest would be there then. So, we're going to skip it for now. We'll come back to it later if need be. This is just ice shards. Hopefully we do not need to make more blue ice. But yeah, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot in this hole, which is kind of too bad. There's some crimson nylium, which I believe we can get from just trading with the pigmen as well. Nothing terribly exciting here, it seems. I suppose if we ever need dripstone, this is where we go as well. So I realized that that's probably not the bottom, and sure enough, we found something called a bramble bone, which I'm not surprised is painful. It looks like it's just bone. But spiky. Which, again, makes sense. Gives us a good source of bones, though. Let's just have a look through this little chasm, see if there's anything else in here. I can hear some weird sounds, but I think that might just be the environment. Let's get the rest of this. What's this? More ostrum. Go ahead and take that. And let's see what's deeper in here. Deeper into the mine. I suspect it's just going to be lava. Why am I not using the hammer? This would be a lot more effective. There we go. So down to Y43. I suspect this is about negative 53 even. I suspect that this is about as deep as we're going to find. We've found another cavern. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot in here though. Outside of stuff that we already have. I think we're also out of soul torches, so we might call this Mars Adventure here. This is where night vision would be really helpful. I don't see anything worth continuing on for. So we're going to head back to the surface, and then we'll wait for oxygen to deplete while we wait for our little mining setup there to work as well. And then we'll head back to Earth. And I think it's time to head back to Earth. I did, while I was here, speed this thing up finally, because it desperately needed speeding up, and in the massive amount of cobblestone that I also dug up, we got a whole one piece of scrap debris. So very helpful. I'm pretty sure we need a bunch of that to actually do anything with. We can melt it down into molten debris. That's pretty much it. We can use it to make ancient stone, which I think will be useful so we don't have to rock it back and forth every single time. How high can I put this? Nope, that's too high. Still too high. Still too high. 64, 96. What is the highest I can put this? 100 seems like it might be it. We're getting some extra ostrum this way. And we have lots of sand. What do we use this for exactly? I don't remember. Oh, we turn it into lead. Okay. You know what? Let's go ahead and take some of this with us. And then we should start heading back to Earth. Before we run out of... I was going to say gas, but I guess air is the right word here. So let's go back to Earth. At some point we'll have to do the moon debris. That's not a today thing. Make sure we hold space. And back down we go. And we've returned safely once again. So getting back to what we actually need to do. If we look in the quest book, the next thing we got to do is work on these incomplete circuits. That looks like we just need a lot of electrified pins, which is a lot of gold pins, which is just a lot of gold nuggets. So, I do actually have some gold nuggets. I remember from editing the previous videos not too long ago. I need to do that. It looks like we actually have one here already. Did we do this last time? Huh. Okay. Well, that's news to me. That's fine. I might get some more going as well. Let's take a little bit of gold. That's going to make a whole bunch of nuggets. And we'll just chuck them into the top as well. And then, now that we've done this, we actually get tons of gold pins. And quadruple compressed andesite. Great. Amazing. So, we're going to need to make 4 advanced integrated circuits. For that, we're going to need lead sheet and a press. That shouldn't be hard to do at all. Do we have a machine already? Do we have some sort of assembly line here that does that for us? Not specifically. This is our precision mechanism machine. This is pretty close. But it's not quite that. So let's see if we have the pieces for this, or do I have to make stuff? We'll definitely need a belt. And that's kind of all that I'm seeing that's in here. So we're going to make those things, and then we're going to go ahead and do the rest of that, I suppose. Alright, I think we've got our setup made. We just need some iron, or some lead plates, rather. And we need that circuit. We need to make some more of them. But I think we just do that. And then it gets smooshed. Admittedly, very, very, very slowly. And sure enough, we have an advanced circuit now. Which is great. It's crackling with electricity. Amazing. However, we do need 4 of them, so we're going to need to go back and do some more. So we'll do that next. What is happening here? I don't think I was supposed to see that. Not sure why this thing breaks every once in a while. It seems to be working again. Don't know if I've shown this machine off, but this is pretty much the main source of getting prismarine, which in turn gets us lapis. It's not anything specifically fancy, it just makes prismarine shards, compacts them, and then makes these. But hopefully it's doing more than the fish farm is. Because then we can check the prismarine in here. And amongst other things, it does actually make lapis. What do I use this for? Wall lights, sea lanterns. I can actually compact those into diamonds, which is interesting. I can make those guys. Not a whole lot, basically. Let's see if we can get a stack of lapis. There's only like a 50% chance that crushing it will get us this. But, you know, it worked out. Let's check on our other stuff as well. Got one incomplete circuit. Let's put another one on there. And then let's compact our lapis. Since we have another incomplete circuit, we can put it over here as well. And that should start doing its thing. This thing is hopefully still doing what it needs to do. Yep, looks like it. Got some more circuits being made. There's a second circuit. Here's another one of these guys. We only need to make like one more of them. Alright, and this should be our last incomplete circuit. So just gotta chuck that on. And she gets some lead. And I she compacted. As I said, it's been a little while since I actually played this game. So some of the stuff I don't quite remember what it actually does. And that is okay. I think this is how I make wires. Nope. Oh, I remember what I need to do. I need to flatten these first. That's, I'm pretty sure, what I need to do. Either way, though, our advanced circuits are done. So we can check this off. We get some budding amethysts, we get a lead tough handle, and we get some random stuff. Some steel dust. Please tell me I got more than one of them. I got 8 of them. That is actually great. So let's put some of these things away. I don't know where this goes. I guess that's going to go in here. We got more ice shards. We can put this away. We can put this away. Rubber isn't really a metal. It should go in here. And this is the box of stuff I don't know what to do with. Either way, looking at our next thing, we have a few options. We can make the ultimate washing machine. We can make some lithium, which means we need some clay dust, which means we need a grinder. That would be easy to do. We'll also need an electrical and... we need this thing. But we'll also need some advanced machine frames. I actually think I might have one somewhere in here. Maybe I have this. That might be what I have. Sure. So after a little while, I think I've got the machine casings ready to go. I added a new thing up here since we had space up here. This machine's entire job is going to just be to be making casings. I realize I have, as I get stuck on this hopper, a whole casing building over there, but I figured this is fine, and then we don't have to run as far. Now there is one thing I forgot. We need concrete powder, we need steel dust, we need some water, and we also need lime dust, which I either have or don't have, as the case is usually with most things. Let's see if I can find it in here. There's limestone. That's not quite what we need, although we can always crush it if we need it. It looks like we're gonna have to crush it. That's fine. That was here. Let's grab some of this. Let's do that. And then I'm also going to need some fuel to heat that up. What am I trying to crush? Limestone. And... don't remember that being that color, but that's fine. We should have some charcoal up here. Just realized we had some in our inventory anyway. And there's one last thing actually that I want to do, which is make a chest. So it's easier to make the various things. Barrel will work though. That should be just fine. So if we go back here, stick this barrel on top of here. I do probably need something here so I can fill these things up. But this needs concrete powder, that, and then let's get the lime dust as well. Actually not sure how much of each thing is going to require. And our water seems to have disappeared as well, which isn't super useful. I think I have another bucket though. So I put that in. Oh, it's trying to pump it out already. I see. I see what the problem here is. So let's remove this for now. Let's remove that for now. Let's stick that back on. I also just realized I didn't actually connect these two things to anything. So I'm going to have to do that. But let's at least get the blast-proof cement going. I need more water. So let's grab 1 and 2. Let's put this back into this basin, which is actually full. So we just need to heat it up. And this should start making us some cement. Which, once I hope that that's ready to go, let's just dump this water in here. We should just have a full bucket of this, which I think we can take out. And it's now trying to make molten steel, so we need to put that on there before it does so. Alright, that's fine. So then we pump out the molten steel, so there's nothing left in here. We remove this. It's a bit of a waste of steel, but you know, such is life. And then I think we can put this back on here. And then let's put some more water in here. And, oh, that's not great. How did I not put that back on? Did I not do that? Interesting. So what did that end up making? Did it make anything? I do not know. So we're going to have to get some more water. And this isn't ideal. Well, let's try that one more time. Let's see if it does the thing that we actually want it to do. No, it's just immediately pumping out. Okay. So I'm actually not sure what this is doing then. But I'm guessing what we need is we need a smart fluid thing. So I'm going to have to make one of those. So give me a sec, and then we'll figure that out. Apparently, I had not completed that task yet, which, again, surprised me, but such is life. Now, I think this will solve all of our issues here. I hope. I'm going to have to figure out how to redo this. But, if we put the blast-resistant cement in here, that should hopefully only pull blast-resistant cement out. Then we take our pipes, we do not put them there, we put one here, we have to somehow get around to the other side without getting smushed. Put one there, put one there, and then is this going to reconnect it, which is what I'm worried about it doing. Yes, although actually maybe that just works like that. Alright, let's try that and hope that it works. I really need a better access point into here. I again need some water. Let's let's go steal some from over here. And then let's try this again and see if it works this time. The water isn't leaving, so that's a good sign. And hopefully this will make our blast-resistant cement, which it looks like it is doing. But we don't have a pump on here now, so it's not actually going to pump out. Okay. That actually might be fine, because as long as we can attach this in the direction that we need it to go, and I don't fall off the other side. Is it just something I can put here? Cobblestone. Do that, and then we connect the rest of this up. Do we have any cogs? Also, no. I don't understand how I don't have any cogs, because I definitely have some. And here, there's one. Weird. Okay, so we're gonna need some more cogs as well. Let's go grab those. Just grab a whole bunch. Because we are also going to need to connect these deployers. So I think if we just do that and that, this is now pumping the wrong way. But this should now be filling with blast-proof cement. Good. That's what we needed it to do. And then we just have to connect these things. And I think the way that I'm going to do so is just like, give me those. Like so. And then we can run them across this way. And now we have all of that ready to go. So the final step then, we have our basic machine frames. We have our lead sheets. I think we just put one on there. And then it makes an advanced machine frame. Excellent. So let's make a couple of those. How much did that use? That did not use that much, so we can probably make a couple more. And let's make some more. Do I still have any left? No. That's fine though. We just go get some more water. Which I should probably make an easier access point for, but this is how we're doing this now. Still, this is, despite all the complaining, actually going better, I think, than the previous one did. We just have to wait for it to make its thing, and then we should be good to go. Let's make one more, just because 7's a weird number. Cool. So, now we have 8 advanced machine casings. I think that's going to do it for this episode. That's some pretty good progress, as well as building a whole nother machine that I didn't know that I needed. But if you liked, feel free to hit like and subscribe. That helps me out, helps me know that you like the things that I'm making. So yeah, until then, bye.